Hello, everybody. Bill Thornton, SoCal Saber here. Thank you for stopping by. Yes, this is the last Sunday of the month. This is where we do our Q&A and the monthly reports. I wasn't sure I was going to get this one in today. I didn't feel like shit this morning when I got up. I missed going out on a shoot because of it, but I've got enough. I got recouped enough to be able to do this. I didn't want to cancel or reschedule. Like I said, this is a Q&A, and I will be if you if you have something you want to bring up, whether it's a question and answer or just a comment or a question about anything, just bring it up when I'm talking. Put it in the remarks section, and I'll get with you. If you do it just later on when you're watching this recording, please put them in there, and I will get back to you. I love to hear from all of you. So this is in the Q and after the Q during the Q&A, I'll be giving the monthly report, talking about the March activities, April plans, and at the end, I'll talk about my favorite sports teams and myself. And it is a question A. So here's my question for you: is maybe to get people started. Dan, what was your most recent gaming acquisition? Mine was the game Secession 1861 by Fortress Games. What was yours? Put it down there. I'd love to hear from you. Love to hear what other people are picking up and adding to their collections, and so forth. So put it in there. As of today, on this channel here, we have 1,288 subscribers. We're up 9 of them last month. Want to thank all the recent new subscribers and thank all of the old-time subscribers. 1,288. That number has got to be people left me. Hey, David, how are you doing? Nobody, you're the only one in the chat so far. I hope we get some other people joining. It is, I don't know if you just caught that last question I just asked. This is a question for everybody. What was your most recent acquisition? Mine was the Succession 1861 by Fortress Games. It's on the table, getting ready for a video pretty soon. And let's see, like I said, the channel's growing up. My other channel, which is Music Spins and Sounds with Bill, we're up to, what do we got there? 46 subscribers. We're up 7 from last month. That's a slow growing channel. I don't understand it at all. There's thousands and thousands and thousands out of people in the vinyl community, but I can't get them over. Must be the algorithm because I'm just an old guy. Yeah, or else if I was 30 years old, maybe it'd be a different story. Who knows? But anyway, I love my music. I'll still do it. I put out the weekly one. I'll talk about that later. So if anybody is watching, want to do me a favor, help that channel, go over there. It's Music Spins and Sounds with Bill, and subscribe. Help it grow some more. Put some comments down there. Even if you're not a big fan of music, you must like a little bit of music. Well, anyway, let's see what we got going here. Okay, in March, some of the videos we did, there were 14 videos published on this channel and 6 on the music channel. On this channel, live broadcast is this broadcast right now, and talking about 26, where the attendance was relatively low again. I'm starting to worry about that also, attendance-wise, and getting people on, getting them to chat with me and everything. PC games, I did put one video up on American Truck Simulator, one on Euro Truck Simulator, one on Tower Simulator 3, and I just recently put one up on Alien Isolation. I've been playing that one in Starfield occasionally. I'm throwing it up there. It'll be an ongoing thing I'll play while I play through the game. I'm not real good at those games, but I do enjoy them. Music, I did the 4-weekly Saturday where I do a review of all of the music I listen to during the week, and I show the media and talk about them. I did 4 of those, and I did 2 what's called Wind Down Wednesdays. You can check that out over on the other channel. Sports games. All right. I did one payoff pitch, which I thought I would get more views on that one because on the thumbnail it said no hitter alert. So I don't know, maybe nobody was interested in seeing if there was a no hitter or not. So we'll see. But anyway, that was on payoff pitch. Put one up on Replay Baseball where I'm doing the 1957 Dodger replay. put one up on 4th Street basketball. I did the 4th period of the Milwaukee and Atlanta game in the 2009 and 2010 playoffs. That's a fun game. Takes a long time to play, but I do enjoy that game a lot. Okay. Dynasty League Baseball is up, and I'm playing the 1967 Boston replay. That's the Carl Yastrzemski Triple Crown year, and I'm using Action PC Baseball to manually input the dice roll so it keeps the stats for me. I'm using that on all of those. Like with Payoff Pitch, I'm using the Digital Diamond. Then Fall Classic Baseball, I'm doing the 56 Yankee World Series, and I'm using Replay Baseball's game to enter the stats in that. That's the 57 is the 56 Yankees is the Mickey Mantle Triple Crown thing. I did one video on Shootout Hockey, which covered 2 quick games of the 1979 Buffalo Sabre replay. In Hockey Bones, they just recently put one up on Hockey Bones, the 3rd period of the 1992-1993 playoff game between Calgary and the LA Kings. Check them out. Boston and Buffalo coming up pretty soon. Buffalo's in hurting. They're down 3-0 in the series. Any guys playing any of those baseball games, let me know. Put it down in there. War board games, I did an unboxing and first look at Succession 1861. It's a pretty cool game. I'm liking it. It's a States of Siege game, but it's also card driven and dice rolling. So there's a lot of different things in there. I'm not decided on how well I like it or not, but I am enjoying it right now. Board games, I didn't do any regular board games last month. They were all sports, and they were all video games. Board games is because I had Field Commander Robert E. Lee on the table, taking a long, long time. I finally had to put that away. I did not play through the whole campaign, I guess you would call it, in there, because it takes a long time. You know, Vincent does a really nice job. We got all of these, player aids. And he did them. He made a whole bunch of different player rates. The problem is with me, there are so many different things going that happen during the game that refer to different player rates that takes me just a little bit too much time right now to, okay, let's check this player rate out. Let's read that, then we'll make the action. I'll get it back up at the table. I'm not going to give up on it because I do like the DVG series on there. Okay. We got a couple people. We got 2 people. We just had 4 people on. 2 of them left. Again, looking for somebody else beside me, I guess. All right. More to come requests. I didn't have any new requests, this month. If there's something there that you would think you would like me to take a look at, please put it in the comments, and I will, take a look at it and get back with you. Even if it costs me a little bit of money, I might do it just to get it going there, but I have nothing working right now. Personal gaming activities. I'm still involved with our local Superstar Baseball League 26. We are in the ALCS and the NLCS right now. I have one team left, Atlanta, and they're hurting. They're playing Milwaukee, and Milwaukee's up 3-1 in the best of 7. So this Wednesday may be the end for Atlanta, but they made a good run the last 2.5 years. They've been pretty good. And then what else as far as gaming? Oh, I got a shipping notice for part of my Dawn of Madness, the upgrade set that I ordered. They did an edition 2, but they did an upgrade kit for anybody that had edition 1, which is me, and I ordered that, and part of it is supposed to be coming. I haven't seen anything yet. Nice New Cold War by VUCA. I'm going to write that. I'll have to check that one down. Joe, glad to see you on with us today. I do check all these ones out that people recommend. And then the other thing that I did as far as gaming does is I did put Solitaire Pro Football on my want list. It was recommended to me by one of our subscribers. I think it was during the last the last talking about session, and I checked it out and it looks pretty cool. So I put it on there. Probably add it to my, well, it's on the want list. It'll get added sooner or later. I had to break my buying mortuary and it gets to session 1861. What's on the table working right now? Secession 1861, Hockey Bones, Lightning Train, which is just sitting there waiting for time to get some time to learn it. And the baseball, the ones I just mentioned, Fall Classic Baseball, Payoff Pitch, Replay, and Dynasty, the baseball ones. Okay, let's see. We got April coming up. Talking about number 27 is going to be on the 12th of April, the normal 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Please mark your calendars to get that attendance going back up again. My attendance has been falling off lately. We got 4 people out there. Come on, get in, Brent. Some comments. What was your most recent acquisition if you just came on in the gaming world? Mine was Secession 1861. I just repeat that for people. It looks like they come on a little bit later. I said it earlier in there. And then the monthly Q&A and the report like I give now will be on April 26th, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Hey, J2 Wills, how you doing? Good to see you on board. Did you get anything new lately? Tell us what you got. All right, let's see. Okay. Like they're talking about the participation has been slipping lately. Got a couple real loyal fans here, but we need to get some more people over here. You're talking. I can't grow anymore if I don't get people over here talking and then telling each other about it and everything. Oh, Royal Blue, what do we got going here? It's going real good. How you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Okay, let's see. What do we got? Unboxings, they're going to continue if anything comes in. I do have a few things on order. The one thing that I did on order, I came across this. I don't know if anybody's familiar with the DVG Leader series where you got all the planes or the warfighter where you got the actual guys. We got the cards and then you have to keep the bombs and everything. I ran across these things on a company called realityfoundry.net, and he prints all these things up in their plastic holders for the card and the bombs and everything, keeps them more organized. So I did order some of those because I had been thinking about getting the Leader series back out pretty soon. The video game Wreckfest. I want to have to make a note and check that one out too because I haven't heard of that one. I haven't picked up the new video games. I got enough that I'm playing right now. I'm just taken by the name of that was there used to be a game on Xbox years ago and it was called Burnout Revenge or something like that where you had to purposely try to score points by the biggest crashes you can make. Does Wreckfest sound anything like that? So, Joe, I'm going to ask you a question about that new Cold War. So I'm thinking it says new Cold War. So I'm thinking that it would be recent, not the 1980 series stuff that was happening then. No, I have not tried it with a virtual reality headset. That would be a lot of fun. I don't even own a virtual reality headset, but I do play it. But I first started playing that. I tried to steer using an Xbox controller. That wasn't worth a darn. So I invested on I think it's called PXN steering wheel and pedals for it. That sounds like it'd be crazy. All right, let's see. What we got beside the baseball games that'll be on the board next week. I still got 49 highlight hockey waiting for some time. We got Status Pro basketball, Phil Graham version waiting some time. We got History Maker golf waiting for time. Okay, very similar. I used to play, my grandson and I used to play that one on the Xbox for hours and laugh, making fun and having a lot of fun on that. But I'm going to check that one out. Is that, let me ask you one more, J2 Wilts. Is that on Steam or is it a PC purchase? Okay. I think my computer's pretty decent. It was the MetaQuest 2. All right. Appreciate all these recommendations. Got a recent game called Soviet Dawn, the Russian Revolution Stage of Siege solo game. I did not know that was a State of Siege game. I might have to relook at that one. I do like State of Siege games. These guys get building my list up, make me break my mortuarium more. But I am liking the 1861 Secession 1861. I want to get some more. Oh, we got Jeff that has joined us for a while. Hi, Jeff. How you doing? Question: get anything new lately? What's your most recent acquisition in the gaming world? Console. Oh, okay. Console. Is that Xbox, PlayStation, or which one is that? Okay, maybe you might have missed that, Joe. Hey, Joe, what era is that game that you picked up called New Cold War by VUCA? What era? What year era is that in? All right, the Hunters and Silent Victory from GMT. Glad I know you were waiting for them for a while. Glad to them. Them are really good games. I like those. Nice thematic stuff. Just enough. Just enough decision there. Some people criticize them because they say, "Oh, there's no decision making," but I disagree with that because you have to decide whether you want to attack or not. If you are going to attack, what type of weapons you're going to use? Are you going to go submerge? You're going to go on top? Is it night, day? And those type of things. So there's enough decisions in there to keep it interesting while you're still trying to complete the campaign. Okay, PS5, J2 Wills. I guess I'm going to have to mark that next there. I won't bother looking it up because it's I don't have PS5. I have the Xbox X and the Xbox One and the Xbox 360, and I actually still have the original Xbox. New Call looks similar to Twilight Struggle. Haven't played it yet, so I'm not sure. I'm gonna look that up. I think I'd already made a note of that. Let me check. I guess I did make a note of that. Just then to buy things and they get on the shelf, just like last year when there was a sale going on at Compass. I ended up buying Cold War Combat Volume 1. I still haven't played it. Still haven't broke it out yet. I get there. Check out Battlefield 1. I think I have Battlefield 1 on the Xbox. I think I for a while there I had quite a few of the first Battlefields, but I will take a look at it. 1989 to 2019. Okay. Is that like a 1 to 4 player, 2 to 4 player? Does it have a solo AI in it? Yeah, we're still going down. We're still going down in the report too. So good, we got some interruptions to the report. This is really, really nice. I like having this kind of interface going on. So don't stop. Even though I'm talking, don't stop putting them in there. Talk about some of my favorite sports right now. Right now, I got Boston Celtics, Detroit Tigers, and Buffalo Sabres all playing. One to four. Okay, Joe, thanks. Sabres are just still hanging on. They might be in the playoffs for the first time in 14 years. Currently first place in the Eastern Division, but the other teams have got games at hand on them, so it's baseball season. Yes, woohoo! I've got the direct TV package, and so does the mix. So the Tigers aren't playing today, but I've had the games on, been checking in on them all day long and everything. Yeah. I buy that package because I like to watch as many Tiger games as I can during the season. Yeah, so the Tigers started off 2-1 their first 3 games, not too bad. Skubal had himself a nice, two Cy Youngs in a row, and he had a nice 6 innings and no runs allowed in game number 1. I hope he does well, but I'm not a real big fan of Tarek Skubals anymore after he'd made Detroit go to arbitration this year and spend all that crazy money. I know he wants to get paid just like everybody else, but arbitration to me in any sport, and I don't care, it's hockey, football, whatever it is, when they go to arbitration, that ends to me, it ends the relationship between the team and that player, because the player's in there trying to tell the arbitrator why they're wrong and why they should pay him more, and the team's in there saying why they shouldn't pay him more. And I don't think that those things ever get resolved again. The Buffalo Bills, I see a lot of news on them, but I am not really up to date on them. I'm going to have to do a little bit more looking because the draft is on April 23rd, starts on 23rd for 3 days. I think the Royals are going to be fine this year. I think they're going to be in contention, to tell you the truth. Detroit has that kid so like the number 2 prospect in all of baseball, Kevin McConaughey, or however you pronounce his name, and he made the team. He had 4 hits on opening day in his very first major league game, which is pretty cool. Then in the second game, he hit a 2-run single in the 7th or 8th inning to put the Tigers ahead for that. So he's got his career off to a really good start. The Celtics are 49-24, second in the East. They're going to make the playoffs. Another playoff run for them. We'll see how well they do. Jason Tatum came back from his Achilles injury last year, which I didn't think he was going to be back at all. He came back and he's playing pretty decently. He's got himself, he do all of that exercising and everything, but it's not in game shape. Now he's getting himself into game shape. He's doing really well. He's averaging around 20 points. At first they were putting him on limited minutes, but he's not on limited minutes anymore. So that was really, really nice. Like I already talked about the Sabres. Me, this month I made an unplanned trip, another unplanned trip to Phoenix for a family event. And I used an Airbnb for the very first time. I don't know if you have ever used Airbnbs, but a friend of mine was going, so I was trying to look for 2 hotel rooms. And then my son and his family were going, so I was looking for 3 hotel rooms. I could not find hotel rooms even for 2 nights under $350 total, plus taxes and that. I couldn't believe how expensive they were. And so I finally checked in and I got an Airbnb that had 4 bedrooms in it for a total of $650 for me, my friend, my brother, my son and his wife and kids. So if we all had to get separate hotel rooms, we would have been looking like $1,100. And it was $650 to house all of us for the 2 nights. really nice. There was a pool. We didn't get a lot of time to spend at the house, but it was a nice house with a pool and everything in it. So that was my first attempt at looking at Airbnb, and I'm very positive on that. I visited 2 record stores. I visited Wisecrack out here in Oak Hills, and I also visited my son, my friend, and I, and my son. After one part of the ceremonies we were at, we made a quick stop in the Inn Groove in Phoenix. Now, I didn't buy anything at Wisecrack, so that's kind of odd. I didn't do that, but I did pick up a few things at the Inn Group, and I have picked up a few more things on Whatnot. Not that big bundle I've been working on, but some other stuff that I picked up specifically. A lot of stuff in that big bundle I didn't know what I was getting. Reading for the month. Right now, I'm reading True Faith and Alliance by Mark Greaney. It's a Jack Ryan Jr. series book. I'm close to finishing. I really, really like it, but I've always liked this series. I've read all the Jack Ryan books and all the Jack Ryan Jr. series. Can't stay for the whole stream today. Wanted to stop by, say, hey, we'll rewatch. Take care. Thank you, J2 Wilts, for your support. Have a nice day. Texas. Oh. Yeah, I think Kansas is going to be fine this year. I think they're a lot better than last year, I think. What else I would do? I did just talked about the reading. TV series is I have now what I have in rotation, besides new stuff that I record, but I have 3 series in rotation. I have Fringe, the entire series. I'm in season 2 of that one. I have Breaking Bad. I'm in season 2 of that one, and I'm watching season 2 of The Hunting Party, which is the most recent one. And all 3 of them, and I put them in rotation. Hunting Party. Watch this one, it'll go on the bottom for there just to keep me going during the day when I sit down to have my lunch or something. They're normally not too long, 40, 45 minutes. So I check out a video while I'm doing that. All right. Board games on order. I still have 8 of them on order. Like I said, I did break my no purchasing until something came in off of that list in order to get Succession 1861. I just couldn't fight it any longer. And I also ordered the card holders for Phantom Deleter Deluxe and for Warfighter. It's realityfoundry.net. I'm going to put that on there so you guys can, if you want to go and see what kind of stuff they got for games. Come on, Bill. Can't you copy better than that? Okay. Okay, that's it right there. Realityfounder.net. It's got a lot of accessories for a lot of different games. You might want to check them out. Not too expensive either. See what we got going here. Music, I'm still doing I still listen to 1 album or a CD every day. That normally happens around summertime. Okay, trips. Got some trips coming up in the next couple months in Vegas. The APA Vegas Championship will be in June at the Flamingo, and I'm taking the 1969 Detroit Tigers there. Chris White is the director of that tournament. He always puts out the stipulations of who is eligible. He'll put out like any teams from a certain amount of years with a certain winning percentage. So I picked the 69 Tigers. I had to go out. I found them. I purchased them from a guy that sells online. They came in, sent my money off to Chris. So that'll be a fun time. And first time we're having it at the Flamingo. And I'm glad because we've been having it for the last few years at the Rio. And now, ever since the Rio was taken over by this company, I don't like the restaurants. To me, what the hell, So then in July, I'm going to do something that I haven't done since 2019, and I had done it for about 3 or 4 years. I've already made my reservations in the hotel to go back to ComSyn World Expo 2026 the first 1st. 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 1 I have the Army of the Potomac and the 3 days of Gettysburg on order. The Gettysburg is way above my ability. I have not looked at that which one that is yet. I'm going to have to check on that. Army of the Potomac. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good one. Also, I do have that one. Who's producing the 3 days of Gettysburg? I think that's a GMT game, but I'm not sure. Yeah, it must be on P500 if you're talking about the cost being reasonable. What do I got on P500? Let me see what I got. P500, I got a House Divided, Away Team, and Rebel Fury Army of the Potomac. That's the second one, I think. The one. Those are my ones that I have on P500 right now. Oh, and North Africa 40. That's a Mark Simonage series. Yeah, Joe, for at GMT. I thought that's where it was. I'm gonna have to look at that. I don't have that one on order. I am a Gettysburg fan. Oh, it's a GBACW? Okay, with some new, easier rules. Whitaker is the designer. Yeah, I've stayed away from GBACW because of its complexity. And I picked up something that I thought was going to be easier, and I'm not sure I can't remember what it was right now. I don't know. I'll have to check. On that. But oh, there is something up there now about easier rules. I passed it about 3 or 4 times, so I'll be checking on that again. Yeah, I've been more of a fan of the Blind Sword, the Black Swan series than GBACW. I have GC, which is the Great Campaigns in the American Civil War from MMP. I have several of those games. I've never played that one either. It's got this big collection that's holding the house up, I guess. Like I said, I'm going to Consim World Expo 2026. It's really, really nice. I wanted to get away for the 3 days. It runs about 10 days. But it starts on like Saturday morning and it goes all the way to the following Saturday. So like 8 days. I go up there, I arrive on Monday, and I stay Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday and come home on Thursday. That's normally plenty for me. Get to meet a lot of nice wargaming people, play some war games if I can get into them. There's also another area that they put aside where people that want to play any type of games can play them if there's table space. I have done that also when I was up there. My biggest challenge will be to staying away from the flea market because you can get some really, really good buys up there at the flea market. Maybe I'll think about taking some stuff up there and getting rid of it. I don't know. But that's in July. So I'm going to have a nice couple of trips coming up. Health-wise, for me, I'm still not walking as much as I want to. It's an initiative thing, to be honest with you. I get real lazy in the morning. I say, I won't going to do it. I'll do it tomorrow, and it's not so much that, because when I do walk now, I still do have pain, but not enough to say I can't do this. So I'm really working hard on that in my mind. The old mind is pretty strong. Still staying safe from the flu and COVID, and I'm not around too many people at this point in time, and I always have a mask in my pocket when I go out. If I feel unsafe, I put it on. The Consim is at Tempe, Arizona. So it's about 5.5 to 6 hour drive for me, which I do. I stop like every 2 hours going up there. I have a friend that's gone up there for 2 or 3 times with me in the past. I don't know if they won't be wanting to go again. So I still do the driving, but it's always nice to have somebody else in the car with you. See if I can find something on Tempe for you here. Find the Consim World Expo 2026. Here's a link for it. So it says it's the 25th anniversary of Consim World. I got some nice pictures on that link I just passed on to you of the building, of the game rooms. There's another thing to say. This is the 10th through the 18th. Another cool thing at night, during the evening, they have seminars. They're like half-hour, 45-minute seminars. And normally it's either a designer or an owner of a company that puts a seminar and talks about his games or his company and what to expect and so forth. And I find them very, very interesting. Get a lot of really good information on it. So Consim World's like San Diego's the closest to Historicon one, which I've never been to, which I should probably try to get to next, is the closest one. But the Tempe is closer than a lot of the other ones. The East Coast has so many of them, but I can't get out there to the East Coast to do those. Okay, now that's the end of my report. We can chat some more, folks. You want to do chat? Bring some. What do you want to talk about? Put it out in their remarks if you're watching this later. I'll love to hear from you and get back. Okay, they're trying a starter kit like ASL, hoping to get people playing the tougher game because I've got, oh my goodness. I probably have 3 or 4 in that series that I haven't played because of complexity. I'm going to look that up today. They're all done. See if I get it onto my want list. I don't think I have it on my want list. I'm going to check that list out here real quickly too. No, I do not have it on my want list. I do have 7 games, war games on my war game dream list. I have the Deadly Woods, Silent War, Combat Volume 4, which is the East Front, Gettysburg Day 1 from Revolution Games, the Confederate Rebellion by White Dog Games, Shiloh by Revolution Games, and Axis and Allies 1914 by Renegade Games. And I didn't say the Deadly Woods. The American Revolution Convention, I think that's on the East Coast, I believe. I may be wrong. That's why I probably really didn't study up too much of it. The easier mod is hopefully coming out this year, which has mods for, I think, 4 of the other games. I am definitely going to look that up. I already got that on my list. Yeah, if anybody's going to, for saying it later, if anybody's going to Consim Expo 2026, let me know. I'd love to meet you and talk to you and, maybe play some games and so forth. Camden. Oh, yeah, it's a little bit far for me. A little bit far. I would possibly think about making an East Coast trip, except for the fact that when I went down to last October, I went down to Playa del Carmen for my stepdaughter's wedding. And when I got back, I was really turned off about flying. So many people. In the planes are so jammed. The seats are so compressed that it's not. I used to enjoy flying. I used to do at least 2 trips a year where I mostly were flying trips. But I came back and told my family, I says, unless it's an emergency and I'm needed somewhere, I don't think I want to fly anymore. So I have to get over that. Because I do have a trip in my mind where I would fly into Memphis, rent a car, and then I would hit 4 U.S. Civil War battlefields during a week, then drop the car off in Memphis and fly back home again. So I got to get over that. But I also got to make sure I have the stamina to be able to get up and drive every single day. Right now, I would say that's a no. But if I start walking, maybe I'll start getting the stamina back. Maybe that'll be my reward for getting my butt off of these out of the house in the mornings. I'm thinking I'm up on the GMT site right now, and I'm going to look for what is that? 3 days of Gettysburg. Okay. Wow, deluxe edition says. I'll have to read it later. I didn't see nothing about easier rules. There must be something that's another thing that I'm thinking of about easier rules. Okay, I'll check that out later. Hey, Joe, are you going to that American Revolution convention? I think I might have asked you that before, but I don't remember what you told me. "3 days of Gettysburg will have the standard rules and the simple rules." Okay, I'm going to still look that up. that would be an interesting convention to go to. I'd have to really start. I would have to refresh my mind on the American Civil War because I don't have a lot on the American Civil War. I have Liberty or Death, the coin game on the Civil War. I'm not sure I have anything else on the Civil War. I think when I started moving away from World War II, and then I got into the U.S. Civil War, I said I better stay away from the other stuff. Wow. I want to definitely check that out because that's a pretty nice price on the 3 days of Gettysburg. $63 for the deluxe edition. Anyhow, buddy, hockey fans in Nashville and Tampa is over here. It's on the TV 1-1. I got it on because Sabres aren't playing and Tampa's pushing up, but it's chasing Buffalo right now, right behind them. So it'd be nice to see some. I'm just looking up there. It says, look like the Army of the Potomac's going to be charged on April 9th, so that shouldn't be too much later. It'll probably sell out fast and go up in price fast. Yeah, I bet it will. I better jump on that tonight. UConn having trouble with Duke right now. Never been much. I'm a big sports fan. I am a big sports fan, but I have never been much on college basketball for some reason. I don't know. Everybody gets excited and I think, in March Madness and that. I've never even got into that. College football, I love college football. My TVs are going every Saturday when college football is going on. And I do watch college baseball when it gets to the towards the playoff times and so forth. And I really like watching the college women's softball when they're in their playoffs and that. Those ladies really play some ball. But never got into basketball for some reason. Another sport that I never got into is soccer. As big as that is around the world, didn't like it. I didn't. My one son played it in high school and everything. He used to go to the games. Still didn't drive my interest in that sport up. Oh yeah, I see that 3 days of Gettysburg's already got 2,330 orders. But I get in now, I'll be waiting forever. The one I can't figure out why it's taking so long is the away team. It's got 3,364 orders. It's been way up there for a long time. It's just right now only in art and final development. Lacrosse is worse than soccer. Well, it could probably be rated right along there. When you talk about soccer, I think the one thing that I did really I ran across last year, and I haven't seen it since then, and I forget what it was called. It was called 7-ball or something like that. It was women college teams on a shrunk soccer field that had walls on the sides and everything. And one of the rules that they could do is they could make substitutions at any time they wanted to. In this way, the field was shrunk. That action was up and down and up and down. It was really fast action. It was pretty exciting. I watched that. I haven't been able to see it ever since. I haven't watched it ever since then. I haven't seen it. tell you one game that's tempted me to order it ever since it was first out on a P500 before it was even published was Herman Luttman's Plum Island Horror. Away Team is a lot of work to complete. It's going to have an extensive storyline. Oh, cool. Yeah, well, we'll be waiting. I have it on P500 order. Do you have that one on order, Joe? What about you, Jeff? You have that one on order? Joe's got a yes. Anybody else watching this later after it's recorded, let me know if you got it on order. I like hearing from you guys. You know, what's interesting, you know, I talked about this channel has 1,300 or 1,288 subs. Can't get no views. Ever since the algorithms shot me down, I cannot get the views. If I get 40 views, that's a lot. That is not a pretty low percentage of 1,288 subscribers. The games that get the most views are my unboxings. I guess everybody's interested in see what each other pick up. I don't know what to do about it. There's nothing I can do about it because I was doing fine. I was like a month and a half to 2 months away from being monetized, and they just shut that down, and I'm ages away. Yeah, it is a John Butterfield game, and the Dawn of the Zeds. I do have Dawn of the Zeds 3rd edition. I really like that. It's a lot of fun. It's hard. There's a ton of rule books that scare people away, but it just builds you up. That's all it does. And I don't know if I'll step up to the deluxe edition of it or not. It's something to have to think about because it's I don't play it enough. Plus, version 3's got everything in there. No on the away team. Yeah, it does. It's interesting sounding. And I'm going to be interested to see how that game goes. I'm just scrolling through some. New edition is supposed to be easier to play. I think they're probably doing a lot of it because it does scare people away. I had to sit down and do a little bit of research studying on it, but it does scare people away when you open it up and there's a ton of rule books in there, you know, but it's not really that difficult if you start with the basic and then you work your way up. Okay. Cause there's a way they give you charts and everything and diagrams they use to tell you what to do on each one. It's fun. Hard. I've never beat it. Hey, Jeff, who's publishing that? What company's publishing that upgrade on Dawn of the Zeds? Oh, okay. Nice history there. Thank you, Joe. Joe? In North Africa 40 on the Simonist series, that's at the printer now. I have a lot of those. The only one I've ever played so far is the Market Garden one. But I'm also trying to get back to playing some of the games that I liked that were older. Blue Panthers printing it. Okay. I'll take a look at that. Guys, giving me a lot of research stuff to look up. Appreciate it. Yeah, it does. I think that the 40 does tie in with 41. I have 41. Okay. I don't have 40. So I might break 41 out, start getting it ready. But I also have other ones. Stalingrad's probably too much for me right now, too many counters. Salerno 43 is probably the easiest one that I have on the counter or on the shelf that I have not played. Salerno and Italy 43. Okay, I do have both of those. Okay, but I haven't played them yet, so I wouldn't know how they hooked up. So that's good. That's interesting to know. So what I'm trying to do this year is stop. That's why that one game Lightning Train is sitting there waiting for time, because I have to learn it, and I'm trying not very hard not to have two brand new learning games on different tables at the same time. I started the year off and did that wrong. That was part of the problem with Field Commander Robert E. Lee. So right now I got Secession 1861 going. Then I'm going to give it a break, but then I'll probably switch over to Lighting Train, and then I'll bring out something else in the war games. There's always going to be something in war games on the table, whether it's learning in progress or playing. Because I got to get back to the blind sword system also, which I really like. Okay, well, we're coming up on our hour now. Let's have somebody got anything really seriously they want to talk about. I will shut her down at an hour. I find that that's about the good time for the participants and for me. Appreciate a couple of you, Joe, hanging around here for quite a while today. It's always nice to have it. Hope we can start getting some more people up participating, especially talking about 27 in April. Let's talk a lot of good things in there. But come up with some ideas what things you would like to talk about between now and then. So Joe, thank you very much for stopping by today. I'm going to shut this baby down. Wait a minute. Thanks, Bill. Stay well, Joe and Bill. Yeah, thank you very much. This is SoCal Saber saying, take care of yourselves out there, folks. Be kind to each other and stay safe.